Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are heading back to Dresden after our little adventure in Arueshalae's old laboratory, which had some rather freakish notes and various things. So, teleport. Boom. Can just go to the Citadel because we need to exit the Citadel because we have to talk to the Hand of the Inheritor. Ah, finally. That's the final quest we lack in this chapter. That's perfect. There is an unusual spring in the succubus's step today, and she has a mysterious smile on her lips that you can't recall seeing before. Oh, Desna, something truly miraculous happened to me. If only you knew. You're beaming with delight. Yes, I have never been so happy before. I used to, and now I'm... No, wait, this doesn't feel right. Look, I'm... Aru takes a few deep breaths, trying to calm down. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have barged in like that. We need to talk one-on-one. I will be waiting for you at the tavern. The succubus runs off without giving you a chance to say another word. Zacharias' piercing cold gaze lingers on you. Student. Many eager followers are dying in your crusade. Your necromancers toil indefatigably, bringing them back as ferocious but disposable servants. And yet, many among these dead have proven their value and earned the respect of their peers through feats of strength or ingenuity. It would be wasteful to raise them as mindless minions. We can instruct our mages to treat their bodies with special care and bring them back as more powerful retainers. Elianka's eyes light up with inspiration. Or we can follow the custom of the warriors who serve the Whispering Way. The most capable and talented fighters have the honor of undergoing rites that prepare them for future unlife even before they die. When the Pallid Princess claims them, they return not as common undead, but as the champions of death itself. Septimus motions for your attention with a slight gesture. We have the tools required to reduce the number of crusaders we lose. We can tell the champions perishing in the infirmaries about the good could achieve even after death. About the good they could achieve even after death as vampires. Your warriors will surely appreciate this opportunity. Elianka, Septimus, will you be advising me now too? The old woman bows proudly. I am here to prove how useful it is to count the Whispering Way among your allies. We know many secrets of death, plus know how to survive among those who consider necromancy criminal or even sinful. Geb sent me on a diplomatic mission. If my position as an advisor helps to prove the sincerity of our intentions, then I am pleased to be of service, Commander. I don't know if Zacharias will be annoyed if we pick something else here. Hold on, please. Oh, hold on. Okay, so apparently it's fine. Armies get a replenishment of skeletal sharpshooters equal to value of killed enemies divided by 1,230 after a victory. Or we can get skeleton champions. I'm not interested in. We can get vampires. I'm also not that interested in. This one I'm pretty sure that Zacharias will be most displeased with. We'll go with Zacharias' suggestion here. Zacharias, make sure the Valiant Fallen receive special attention. Spare no effort to raise them properly. So be it. It is important to separate the wheat from the chaff. Those who have distinguished themselves in life will prove worthy after death as well. Very well, it is decided. I can afford no more time for this trifling matter. Await my next visit, student.
I know the way.
A bit worried that we got the advisors too late and that there are other things we have to deal with in regards to this as well. The thing is, when we talk to the Hand of the Inheritor now, there is no way back. We'll have about 30 days, and that's it. We do this. I'm not sure I want to do that. First of all, let's go to the Ziggurat. Two seconds again. I will probably have to pause a couple of times during this recording, but since I adjusted the pause screen, it is thankfully only a second. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that the Ziggurat will have something to say. No. I don't expect Zacharias will have anything to say either. Oh. Oh yes, he does. Give the crystal vessel to Zacharias. I found that mysterious place of yours. This is what I discovered there. Zacharias scrutinizes the vessel. What a curious item. It was used for magical practices of the highest order. It is my understanding that you are seeing it for the first time, yet it is linked to you by powerful ties. It is as though someone with great power used it to spy on you. It will be useful for the ritual. Through it, I shall influence your being, making it more receptive to the forces of death. Leave me for now, student. I need to research this further. I shall tell you when I am ready to begin the next stage of our preparations. Let's just ask him this right away. Are you prepared to turn me into a lich? Zacharias is clearly irritated. I am busy. I am researching the crystal you have brought me. Have some patience. You will be granted immortality much more promptly than I was as it is. Yes. Had to ask.
Follow my lead.
Okay. The next step we're going to will be the inn. Because I want to see if CR perhaps have changed his mind. I'm not sure if it is possible for me to get him. Oh, hello. Nope. Okay. Well, then we are going to head over to the tavern. I shall... Ooh, we pause again? Let's head on in and talk to Aru. This quest is a little bit weird. There you are! I can't wait to share my joy with you. What did you want to tell me? Remember how I told you about Desna leading me onto the path of redemption? I was trying to mock her by corrupting the dreams of mortals, and the great dreamer couldn't tolerate that. She ruined my game and made me spend what seemed like a whole eternity in her realm. I had a lot of time to reflect on my past misdeeds, and when the goddess saw that I had repented, she decided to let me go. I still vividly remember her parting words. And what do you dream about? This riddle weighed on my mind for many years. Demons do not dream when they sleep. We don't have dreams at all. We have desires, and we act on those desires no matter the cost. How was I supposed to find something to dream about? I've been observing the mortals, trying to understand how it all works, and finally... She takes a deep breath and yells joyfully at the top of her lungs, startling every visitor and earning puzzled looks. I shall forego the screaming. I had my very own dream. So many years of hard work. I almost gave up at one point, but here it is, a dream, a real dream of my very own. I want to show it to you. You don't mind, do you? Aru offers you her hand. Come, I'll take you to my dream. I can't wait for you to see it. Take me to your dream. The succubus reaches for your hand with her burning fingers, and the world around you fades as you are carried somewhere far away. It is cool and quiet in Aru's dream. The ground is firm beneath your feet, and thin mists curls along the surface. In the soft, eerie light emanating from invisible stars, you see nothing. As you look around, you see nothing, and no one except for you and Aru. Nevertheless, the succubus is beaming with joy. There it is, an actual dream, my very first one. Is this what mortals see every night? Does it look like your own dreams? What do you think? It looks nothing like my dreams. If you say so, well, it's still a dream after all. Eventually I will learn to dream. Aru looks around. Her smile fades a bit. There is nothing to see here right now. Perhaps I was so keen on the idea of having a dream that it made all my other wishes and urges too pale in comparison. Now I have to learn to dream how to dream properly. Aru catches your eye, cocking her head to the side. Tell me, what do you dream about? Power. Right. The commander's title alone gives you a lot of power over your people, but what if you want more? Perhaps a royal title would suit you better. I can picture you in a crown quite well. Suddenly a royal throne appears before you as if by magic. Look, look! Aru laughs and claps her hands. Now I have a dream as well, and it's not just something I made up. It's so wonderful sharing a dream with you. I am happy to share this dream with you. A subtle blush touches the demon's pale skin. Mortals have so many different feelings. Friendship, loyalty, sympathy, even love. They are all so mysterious and beautiful, but one can't truly learn anything about them alone, and who would dare share their heart's desires with a predator from the abyss who is unable to reciprocate? Do not lose hope. One day you will find someone to teach you how to feel. Thank you. It is hard for me to imagine right now, but I still can hope. Aru is one of the romanceable, something like that, companions. But I'm not interested in that. Do you like your newfound dreams? They are the most beautiful thing in the world. This world is mine and mine only. A bit empty right now, but I'm learning fast. Do you mind me taking a quick look around your dream? Of course, feel free to do whatever you like. That is why I brought you here after all. Touching the throne fills your mind with echoes of a jubilant crowd's voices and whispers of court sycophants.
That is not far.
Well, that depends. You don't know. In a dream, that could be halfway across the world. My dream, my very own dream. Aru takes another look around, full of pride and pleasure. I don't even want to wake up from it. Now I understand why mortals compare all the best things in their lives to dreams. Let's go back to the material plane. Let's go. Aru touches your hand and the dream world begins to fade away. And now I have to run around the entire city and ask various people about how they dream, or what they dream. This is an interesting quest. You open your eyes. It seems that no time passed in the real world while you were in Aru's dreams. So, that was my dream. I'm happy I was able to show it to you. Aru looks at you shyly. It is kind of empty right now, but I know how to remedy that. I need to keep learning from mortals, following in their footsteps until I figure out how to forge my own path. Naturally, I wouldn't even think about breaking into someone else's dream, as the goddess surely wouldn't forgive that. Perhaps I should ask the people of the city? But what if they won't talk to me at all? The succubus seems lost in her thoughts for a moment, then she smiles at you again. Is there a chance you could help me once more? Ask the city's people what they dream about. They are more likely to open up to you than to me, and I will just follow you silently. They won't even notice me listening in. Sure. Well, see, there's a lot of people we have to ask. Fi is here. Camera bug. Shall ask him shortly. There we go. Well, welcome, Commander. I have a question for you. One that might seem strange, but as the Commander, I need to know your answer. What do you dream of? Fi doesn't seem all that surprised by the... No, Fi doesn't seem at all surprised by the question. Well-being, prosperity, and dwarven whiskey. I once had a taste of the stuff they distill under the mountains. Since then, I've dreamed of getting a still like the ones they use, but they're secretive and don't share their inventions. A pity. Has his... have his inventory changed? Has his inventory changed? I think so. That said, I want to buy the food components. Thank you. Okay, next on the list, who isn't too far away, is the one-eyed devil who is just around the corner here. I'm not going to read this every single time. It's the standard currently question. When I get rich, I'll retire. I'll go to Taldor and buy a villa by the sea from some broke noble. Maybe even buy their title. I'll surround myself with such luxuries that even ancient Taldan emperors will envy me from the afterlife. Have a pipe organ in my dining room and have it played while I dine. Oh, and harps. And bells. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice movement, but nothing else. Aru has disguised herself very well to overhear the dreams of the townspeople while remaining unnoticed. We need to talk to Hyler, who is in the inn. Speaking of which, do we have enough trickery to open this now? I don't think there's anything useful in here, but have some components. It's something. Why the heck that thing was locked with such an impressive lock? I have no idea. I mean, we have trickery 18. And Hyler? I'd give everything away to see my lovely little girl Lori again one last time. That was easy. I need to go back to Hyler because I also need to respec Woolgith. But that, I think I'll do that off camera.
Follow my lead.
Because the only thing that I'm going to change is my mistaken pick of improved initiative at level 11. Next up, Storyteller. There, Arsino. Nura is in the dungeon. Ramian. Where is Ramian? Oh, he's here. Commander, Ramian greets you with an elegant bow. I am pleased you found a moment to speak to me. Every meeting with you is a genuine pleasure. Remind me who. How are things in Kinabras? Yeah, I have a question for you, one that might seem strange. It would be easier to tell you about the things that I don't dream of. The priest smiles. Smiles? Smiles. Smiles blissfully. Dreams are the life-giving rain without which our waking existence would be a barren desert. And in Dresden, it is especially easy to dream of better things, alas. For instance, my current quarters comprise a cramped little room with a terribly cold floor. No day goes by where I do not dream of a warm rug for that floor, you know, soft with patterns like they weave in Katapesh. Oh, how delighted my feet would be each day to step onto that rug. Wait, I have a small but very personal favour to ask. The priest runs a hand through his golden curls. In your party there is a charming flower by the name of Camellia, and I believe that her heart has not yet been won by any bee. If she isn't opposed to new acquaintances, could you arrange an introduction for us? Oh dear. Tentacles. I hope that isn't part of her companion quest. I have clerics of Urgathoa and skeleton champion archers running around my city as guards. Ooh, I like this.
As it should be.
Yeah, we had to ask CR about this. So many young men and women have laid down their lives in this war. They came here, young and fearless, just to wind up dead. Bringing them all back to life, that's my dream. Ooh. Ooh. That might trigger something, actually, with the skulls. I am well past my prime. I have seen far too much death to be afraid of dying myself, but I don't want to get old. However, if one has enough money, one can bribe time itself. Take Queen Galfrey. I wish I could afford the magic potion she has been using to stay young for over a century. Nura is in the prison. Irabeth is in the keep, and I think Anivia is too. Arsino is, of course, on the other side of town. Temple. Let's go ask Nura. I hope a swarm of Vescavors takes over Dresden and feasts on your bones. Guess that's one thing to dream about. I would have liked it if we could raise her as an undead companion. Arsino is over here. Checking who is who where here. That is a rather strange question indeed, but if it is an order, I will answer. There is a saying, one can't win a war and keep their gloves white, yes? I do understand that there isn't much time and energy left for landscaping or fighting hordes of demons to death every day, but Abadar knows how I'd love to see Dresden neat and tidy for just one day. No missing cobbles in the street, everything sparkling clean, flower beds blooming and all the lawns trimmed. Glory and order instead of all this filth. Is there any news about the poor folk whose souls were stolen? No, but believe me, I'm not going to leave this alone. This is a serious crime, one that happened right under my nose. I consider it a personal insult and I'm willing to help Elan and everyone involved. Every day I spend some time trying to find the stolen souls with prayers and divine magic. My search has brought no results yet, but as soon as it does, I will let you know. Next up after that is the Storyteller, who we also have other conversation topics with. Have some more pages, so he might want to tell us more of his story. I think I have 3 pages, and he does tell a new part of the story every 3 page that you give him. Every 3rd page, sorry about that. Language is a weird thing in that kind of sense. When I'm playing the game here, even as a Norwegian, or when I'm doing things like that, I'm thinking in English, but the Norwegian in me still surfaces from time to time. Oh, I haven't been surprised by a strange question for a long while, especially not when beside you. Especially not when beside you I hear the weightless tread of a succubus who has stepped onto the path of redemption. No wonder she wants to know more about mortals and their dreams. Perhaps my dream will disappoint you, child, and still I will answer. I have to admit, I suffer from insomnia. Every night, as soon as I lie down, the ghosts of those who are remembered and those who are forgotten stand around my bed. The stories I have gathered swarm in my head, my mattress becomes hard like stone and my pillow ice cold. Maybe if I had a softer bed I would fall asleep quicker, although I suppose it's not about the bed. An old cloak. I sense power. This item belonged to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy. I would like to learn this story, but it would take much to revive such a mighty relic. You can get 5 vials of magic essence, 2 bars of cold iron, 2 vials of demon blood, and 3 skins of magical creatures. I will try to restore it. Page. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My feet are covered by a crawling carpet of locusts. A few insects got under my clothes, under my shirt, down my back, in my pants. They are crawling all over me, tickling my skin with their little legs. They will not attack until they recognize me as a stranger. Protective spells are guarding me, allowing me to deceive the pestilent denizens of the rasping rifts. I keep very still. I am but an observer, an uninvited guest, who prefers to remain unnoticed. I don't hold my breath when Demon Lord Descari swings his scythe over Izyagna. I feel nothing when Izyagna deftly avoids the blow and tries to strike Descari in return. I am here by the order of Lady Nocticula. I must observe the fight and then return to Elushanura. The affairs of Demon Lords do not concern me. Why did Nocticula send you to follow Descari? The storyteller shrugs absently. I don't know and I don't want to know. My service to the Lady in Shadow is almost over. It is the 17th year of my life in the Abyss and I'm already counting days to the end of my term. Who is Izyagna? She is a rising demon lord, servant of Lamashtu. She simultaneously inhabits seven mighty ant-like bodies. Isyagna and Deskari are always sniping at each other, but they dare not enter into open war, fearing Lamashtu's wrath. The current fight is just a small quarrel, 1 in a million. Isyagna came to the Rasping Rift with only 3 of her 7 bodies. I'm sure it will be easy for Deskari to destroy the intruder. It's your friend Kinney now. The storyteller's lips part in a smile. Here with me, of course. The stubborn lad refused to stay in Arueshalae and volunteered to accompany me to the Rasping Rifts. He said he wouldn't miss such an exciting adventure for the world. His youthful zeal and desire to live life to the fullest seemed to make me younger too. Please continue. Rift Carver, Deskari's scythe swings up again. With a whistle through the air, it lodges in the ant-like head of one of Isyagna's bodies. Greenish slime splatters, the poisonous drops falling on my face. I keep very still. With a last convulsive movement, the ant-like body winces, tearing the scythe from Deskari's hands and jumping back, only to drop on its side and lie still. This loss will hardly worry Isyagna. Kill her, one must destroy her heart, which is hidden deep under Yanaron, a city in Lamashtu's realm. Disarmed, Deskari turns to Isyagna's second body that is attacking him. I slowly turn to Kinney, who is sitting next to me. My young friend is usually easily impressed by such mighty opponents fighting. The seat next to me is empty. Kinney is gone. The storyteller shivers and starts speaking faster. Forgetting about the danger, I look around for my friend. The swarm of locusts at my feet buzzes, displeased, but the need for secrecy no longer seems so important. Where is Kinney? After a moment, I see him, and a treacherous shiver runs down my spine. My friend is standing over Isyagna's fallen body and reaches for Deskari's scythe sticking out of it. What's special about Deskari's scythe? Riftcarver has power over the material of the plains. Deskari made this scythe with his own hands from his mother's skeleton. It can cut rifts in the plains themselves. The Demon Lord used it to make the Rasping Rifts, his own abyssal realm in the Plane of the Abyss. Please, continue. Kinney, stop! Don't touch it! I scream, throwing caution to the winds. My friend turns to me, his face baffled. I understand him to an extent. The scythe able to rip passages between planes will certainly help us save Golarion, but trying to steal it is rash and stupid. We have nothing to defend ourselves against the Demon Lord's rage. Stop, my friend, before it's too late. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Deskari lift another Isyagna's body and tear it to pieces with his bare hands, but I don't hear his howl of victory. The Demon Lord throws away the still body of his enemy and turns to us. The swarm of insects is biting my feet. Locusts cover my eyes, hitting me in the face, trying to get inside my nose, mouth and ears. Nevertheless, I get to it first. I grab the giant scythe and swing it awkwardly in the air. Riftcarver is so heavy my hands instantly cramp. I have no idea how I managed to lift it at all. I drop the scythe on the ground, but the damage has already been done. Right in front of me there is a small rift, a wound in space. The smell of Arueshalae's sewage comes out of it, a wonderful smell that brings me hope for salvation. I grab Kinney's sleeve and dive into the rift only a moment before Deskari's claws cut the air where we just stood. The storyteller catches his breath and wipes the sweat from his forehead. I anchored a Demon Lord and my life was hanging by a thread. I'd never have thought that something like that could happen. The storyteller shakes his head distrustfully. How many dark sides of my past will I have to find? I'm starting to fear what I might see in the next pages of my notebook. Just grey this story out. Did I have another page? I did. Okay, so next up then is the keep. I think we only have those two left. Yep.
That is not far.
So, Irabeth. I don't keep secrets from you, Commander. I used to think reclaiming Dresden was a hopeless dream, but now, thanks to you, even winning this war seems possible. Still, the victory is our common cause, the dream of the entire Crusade forces. My personal dream is more modest, putting an end to Baphomet's Templars once and for all, to prevent them from invading our ranks and poisoning the minds of our warriors with their deceit. Rearmament is another thing we'd do well to pursue. Our armor falls into disrepair at an alarming rate, and our warriors' blades are barely sharp enough to pierce the skin of the weakest demons. I understand that Mendev's coffers aren't bottomless, but we can't order ready-made weapons. I'd be glad to get half a ton of cold iron. Wait, are we still dreaming? A ton of adamantine, then. Or 2. That would be enough for... The paladin is busy doing the calculations. You can barely discern a whisper. Templars, the weapons, adamantine, so many wishes at once. And finally, Anivia. What else could I desire when I have my Beth? Anivia thinks for a moment, smiling, then looks over your shoulder and gives a cheeky wink. Arueshalae, quit hiding. You put the commander up to this, didn't you? Feeling shy, are we? Fine, I'll act like I never saw you. So, Commander. War's no place to be thinking about wants. Needs, yes, not desires. But when the war's over, you mean? Then we'll have a chance to think about something other than just surviving. To learn something other than fighting. You know, when I was really little, I would always hang around the kitchen whenever the cook was getting the fresh bread out of the oven. Big steaming loaves that smelled so good. Maybe it's stupid, but I keep thinking, when the war's over, I'm going to build a big stone oven in my house and learn how to bake bread just like that. Let's just quickly have a look at the Crusade Table to see if there's any demon armies headed our way. I think there is, but... No, we're all good. 5 days until that one is done. We might as well start one of these. This is the one that I didn't want. This one, however. I think we have to go back to Aru. Yeah. Is it a dream once more? Why? I think there's something wrong there. I'm pretty sure she's in the tavern. When in doubt, save. Yeah.
I know the way.
I've asked some of the city's people about their dreams. Is this enough for you? Yes. You can't even imagine how many new dreams I have in there now. Let's go. I want to show you everything I've got. Succubus once again takes you by the hand to bring you into the dream realm. Aru's dream is no longer empty. You arrive to discover an avalanche of voices, scents and images. The smell of Anivia's fresh bread intertwines with the stench of the Templar's fresh blood from her wife's stream. The bells and harp strings produce the sweet melodies the one-eyed devil wished for. The storyteller's luxurious bed makes your eyelids heavy, and the trimmed lawn on which it stands would have filled Arsinoe's heart with utter joy. Do you see how many different things are in here? Now I too can dream like any mortal. But none of these dreams are your own. What is the point in collecting other people's reveries? No need to be so harsh. It's my first dream ever. It's a miracle I'm able to have one at all. I would have never collected all these dreams without you. Would you like to take a closer look? Feel free to explore my dreams and do tell me if they look like the things mortals dream about. Maybe you'll give me some hints on how to make them better. The pavement is not merely swept clean, it is thoroughly washed with soap. The lawn is trimmed so neatly that not a single blade of grass sticks out. This soft bed is tempting you to have a little rest. The musical instruments looks like they are ready to start playing all by themselves. Exotic woven patterns adorn this soft and fluffy carpet. Okay. Daddy, I'm here. I'm alive. This freshly baked bread gives off a breathtakingly savoury smell. Amber-coloured liquid with a bewildering aroma is dripping steadily from the pipe of the pot still. This magic weapon was enchanted to eradicate demons. Equipped with this, your soldiers would have carved through the enemy ranks like a hot knife through butter. The rejuvenation potion glitters like a tiny sun trapped in a bottle. We are alive. Praise the good gods, we are once again alive. This carriage is full of sparkling adamantine ore. Whoever killed these Templars, they did it cleanly and without unnecessary violence. The demonic insects are still screeching their delirious hymn to the abyss. Arueshalae, my venomous butterfly. Where are you, my darling? We used to be as happy as the canopy of the stars. Let me have a taste of your sweetest venom one last time. Apparently she can have a nightmare as well. You open your eyes to find Aru looking at you wide-eyed. The demon is breathing heavily. Droplets of sweat glitter on her pale face. She does not notice right away that she's squeezing your palm with her delicate burning fingers. When she does, she turns red and jerks her hand back instantly. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to see that. I didn't want you to. I didn't even want to see that myself. Who was that? An old friend from days long, long gone. That shadow. I wanted to erase him from my memory once and for all. That nickname he gave me, Venomous Butterfly, was the last thing I ever wanted to hear again. I tried to forget about all that, and I almost succeeded, but now he's haunting my newfound dreams. Why? Everything was going so well. Aru shakes her head. This must be what mortals call nightmares, right? Guess this is another confirmation that I'm now fully exploring the dream world. But will I be brave enough to enter it again, knowing that he's waiting for me there? There are so many things I still have to learn. Mortals usually find ways to deal with their nightmares, and so will I. Thank you for your help, and I'm sorry that you had to watch that awful spectacle unfold. The succubus gets to her feet. Now, please excuse me. I need some time alone to think about everything I've just seen. Yeah, camera back in here. I will not start the Really?
I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads.
Ah, it's because the camera is locked. I think I'll spend 14 days before I talk to the Herald. So we'll just skip 14 days ahead. And then we'll see if something triggers in regards to CR or any of the Zacharias and the advisors pop up. Restoration. Dresden was built long ago, and compared to modern fortifications, its construction is hopefully obsolete. The officers wish to rebuild the fortress and are arguing over what should be done first: to reinforce the defences or to expand the streets to make the quartermaster's job easier and expedite supply deliveries. I don't want any decrease, so let's just do not spend money on the renovations. As the commander's troops are advancing, there is no point in restoring the city. By giving up on renovations, the crusaders have managed to save some coin that can be spent on other needs. Demon army appeared. Make the quarterstaff of dope. Yep, we'll make that one. Is there any other? I suppose we could send this one away. And there's this demon army that we need to deal with. Oh god, no, not breaks. Good. They're one of my least favorite enemies. We can take extensive infirmary, I think. Yep. Just stay there. Another demon army. I don't think she leveled up. Nope. Where do you think you're going? Vampires. What's up with all the rift drakes? She leveled up. Skeleton sharpshooters. I don't even remember what army have those. The one all the way down there. Do I even want to bother? I suppose I do. One more day. Yeah, here we go. This is interesting. Dwarven property. Part of the fortress wall sustained damage in a demon attack on Dresden. A number of buried golems covered in dwarven runes were discovered among the collapsed stones. Upon hearing this news, a member of a dwarven clan has contacted the commander and claimed that the golems belong to them. What should be done with the golems? We can give them to the dwarves. We can keep them inside the walls. We can extract them and we get some earth elementals. Or we can force the dwarves to having paid. We can force them to pay for having illegally stored the golems inside the walls. Keep them. The golems were buried in the wall to reinforce it magically. Once mages renewed their half-faded runes, they continue to preserve Dresden's peace. A voice devoid of emotion that the commander heard in his head summoned him to go to the Ziggurat. A dry, respectful voice from the Pillar of Skulls tells him of treachery afoot and how he should hurry to nip it in the bud. Yeah. Charming. Yes, I know we're over time, but since I'm not doing those sub-episode things anymore, I want to progress. Okay, the voices from the Pillar of Skulls force their way into your mind. Master, there's danger. The undead are fighting each other at the Ziggurat. Mutual obliteration. Your intervention is needed. The power over the undead is lost. We are in danger. Our body is being dismantled. We are defending ourselves. What's happened? We do not know. We are thinking. We shall find the answer. The subtle energies are perturbed. The orders contradict each other. Who's our enemy? Entropy. Disturbance of the subtle energy. No outside interference. A coincidence? An expected coincidence. I'll head to the Ziggurat right now. Time is growing short. We are facing a threat of destruction. We are defending ourselves. We serve you. Okay. I don't know if that has anything to do with CR, but whatever it is clearly important. What is going on here? You made it here in time. We still exist. The undead became unruly. They tried to dismantle us. We have gained understanding. The revolt is the result of a conflict of powers. There are many necromancers around, and their magic has its own polarity, a particular course. The foreigners from Geb feed on blood. They worship Zura, the vampire queen. The necromancers from Ustalav feed on death itself. Their powers come from Urgathoa. Emanations of their magic permeate this place. The lower undead's primal instinct forces them to obey necromancers, to strive to do their bidding, follow their teachings, to imitate them, to transform according to their wishes. The foreigners from Geb and Ustalav are feuding. Their convictions are in direct opposition to each other. The undead can sense it. They have split into two camps in a crude imitation of the necromancer's behavior. They do what has been left undone and say what has been left unsaid. As of now, there are two warring groups of the undead in the Ziggurat. One group apes the vampires from Geb, the other group acts like the priests of Urgathoa. They are too primitive to be able to coexist. One of the groups must be destroyed. How did this happen? It's an unusual occurrence. We are meditating on it. Perhaps your divine powers have played a role in this. Most of the undead only imitate the necromancers in appearance, yet a few of them have come to possess new powers. The bloody skeletons increase their own power by feeding on the blood of the living. The skeletons that worship Urgathoa have gained her protection. Future developments are probable. Observing this phenomenon is proving quite interesting. Let me just check whatever happens here before I make a choice. Okay, so it is mostly a cosmetical choice now. I have to pick, so I will pick Septimus's bloody skeletons. As you wish, Master. Culling is in order. The Ziggurat must be purged of those who are no longer needed. Okay. I have no idea what that entails, except for potentially how things look. Has anything changed downstairs here?
We will be victorious.
Oh. I have to fight them myself, do I?
Endure this.
Well, that should be fine. Bloodlusting skeleton.
This will hurt.
Cover me, all right?
No glory without risk.
I'm sure she's happy about fighting skeletons.
Approaching.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
A solid plan.
Why would she care about this?
A calculated risk.
The light, take you.
Make every strike count.
You're a bit late, Dan. Okay, so that was those skeletons dealt with. Can I please loot? There's probably more up here.
They are the darkness.
Attack! I will see to your demise.
Distract them for me.
Go. I think that's it.
as it should be.
Don't think that the pillar will have anything more to say to us currently. Never mind. Seems we have to defend it from 3 bloodlusting skeletons.
Precision and grace.
Which doesn't really make sense.
Aim carefully. No contest.
Okay, then we need to talk to the pillar. Not that it has anything to say. Does that mean that there are still... Not happy with this. I hope this quest isn't borked. Well, if it is, there is always, hopefully, the option of... Oh, I can't leave. Well, that's a problem. Let me just have a look around. Yeah, I did find 2 more skeletons. And then it updated the quest, so... There, you have to go around the entire thing. So hopefully this skull pillar will say something to us now. There we go. The rebellion has been put down. Cull is complete. The undead that are recognized as potentially useful will take up the freed space. Continue their transformation. The reputation of the necromancer's behavior will grow more complex, more advanced. We are curious to observe. Watching. We are learning.
I know the way.
Okay, now I think we can leave. Yes, we can. So, if you do have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to type those out in the comment section below. For now, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you all in the next episode.